Hi friends, I'm here with a yoga offering. As always, please go at your own pace. Rest whenever you need to, modify or skip anything that doesn't work for you. Let's start sitting. If you'd like, you can sit up on something, maybe grab a cushion or blanket or block. And we'll begin in a comfortable cross-legged position with eyes closed. Slowing down your breath. And as often as you need to, refocus your attention back to your breath, back to what you're doing. And you're welcome to keep your eyes closed or open them as it's useful for you throughout your practice. Let's begin with a twist. Left hand across, right hand to the floor behind you. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, rotate, looking over your shoulder, twisting as deeply as you can. Keep going in this direction, but turn your head the other way, looking over the opposite shoulder like you're wringing out your spine. And then release and switch. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist, and keep going. Turn your head the other way, looking over the opposite shoulder, wringing out. And then back to the front. Let's interlace fingers in front. Put some pressure between the arms, as if you're trying to pull them apart, spreading between the shoulder blades, spreading the upper back, the rib cage. And then release. Interlace fingers behind your back, maybe other thumb on top. Open up the chest. And then fold forward any amount. And release, come up, hands to knees, round back. Lean away from your hands on your knees, drop your chin. Roll your way back up and then recross the legs so the other leg is in front or on top. Drop your right ear over to right shoulder, press down through the left shoulder. Rotate chin to chest, come over to the other side, both shoulders drop, but now a little bit more through the right shoulder, looking for a stretch on right side of the neck. Rotate chin to chest. Come over to the first side and then go back and forth, little half circles or 3/4 circles, watching the sensation move from one side over to the other. Next time your chin is to your chest, stay there, interlace your fingers behind your head. Drop your chin to your chest, let the elbows hang. And then release the arms down, head floats back up. We'll bring hands to the floor behind us, fingers facing forward, roll your shoulders back, your elbows back, and then lift the heart. Sternum rising up higher and higher. Release, come up, hands to knees, round back. And then roll your way back up. Let's bring feet to the floor, hip width apart. Shift your hands to the floor in front of your feet. Take a little rock front to back. As you rock your weight forward, looking for stretch through the toes. As you rock back, getting into calves, ankles, Achilles tendon. And then drop the heels, lift the hips, and come to hang in ragdoll. Upper body letting go. You might take a little sway or shake out, releasing. Let's plant the hands near the front of the mat and step back into a high push-up position. Feeling the top of the head and heels connected in a straight, long line. Shift your weight forward to lower down. And then come into your back bend, cobra or up dog, as low or high as feels right for you. And back to down dog. You may want to pedal out your feet, bending one knee as you press the opposite heel towards the floor, waking up the backs of the legs. Let's drop the knees, sink back to child's pose, releasing hips to the heels, forehead to the floor, letting go. With arms out in front of you, walk your hands over to the left and pull back through your right hip, stretching right side a little more. Come through center and over to the other side. Pull back through your left hip, stretching left side a bit more. Let's come back to center. Lift up through table. Come back through down dog. Bend your knees, look forward and step or hop your feet forward. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Let's take a full A-series sun salutation. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. Back to down dog. This time from down dog, take your right leg up to the ceiling. Bend your knee to your chest. Start circling this bent right knee, making the biggest circle possible for your hip joint. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight. Circle your ankle a few times, big circles, both directions. Take your leg a little higher, and then bring your right knee towards right upper arm. Extend it up and back. Take it across towards left upper arm. Reach it up and back. Now right towards the center of your chest. Extend it up and back. Take a big step forward. Low lunge. Let's drop the back knee. If you want to pad it, you could roll up the side of your mat or put a blanket or cushion under it. sink the hips low, either keeping hands on the floor or on blocks or on the front leg, hips, or arms up. So take this in the way that feels useful for you. Tail dropping, belly lifting, so the lower back is nice and long. Last breath here. Release hands to the floor or blocks if you have them. Take your hips back for a hamstring stretch. Inch the front foot forward so that when you flex the foot, your hips stay right above the back knee. Going in the direction of a flat back, in the direction of folding. To release, let's bring both hands to the inside. We're going to turn out through the right foot, sink the hips low, and come down to a lizard pose. And you might shift your weight a little more one way or the other. If you want to add a quad stretch to this, you could bend the back leg, reach back for it, and draw it in. If that does not work for you, don't do it and don't worry about it. Release, make your way back to down dog. You might take a vinyasa, high to low push-up, up dog or cobra to down dog. Could also just step back or move in some other way. From down dog, left leg sweeps up. Bend your knee in and start circling. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight. Circle your ankle a couple times, both directions. Take your leg a little higher, and then left knee towards left upper arm. Reach it up and back. Take it across towards right upper arm. Send it up and back. Now right towards the center of your chest. Extend it up and back. Big step forward. Low lunge. Feel free to adjust the distance between your legs. Pad your back knee. Maybe grab blocks. And then take whatever variation you did on the other side. You can bring your arms where that's useful for you. Shoulders are down. Face relaxed wherever you are. Last breath here. Release. Hands to the floor or blocks. Hamstring stretch. Take the hips back. Inch the front foot forward. Flex toes back. Going to your edge. Towards hips square. Towards a flat back. Towards folding. Towards a straight front leg. Let's release both hands to the inside, turn out through the left foot, and And then shift your weight forward, coming into lizard pose. And you can experiment finding just right option for you. If you did add a quad stretch on the other side, you might try that again. Let's release and make our way back to down dog through any movement transition. And then 5 deep breaths. In down dog or child's pose or sitting or some other shape. Let's come all the way through to sitting. And into cow face pose, Gomukhasana. So we're going to bring the right leg on top of the left and try and scooch the knees so they're right on top of one another. You can kind of scoot your ankles out to the side or back towards you. If this is really tight, you can make it less tight by sitting up on something, putting a little lift under the hips, or by straightening your bottom leg. Now try and get that right hip grounded as best you can. To help with that, we're going to bring the left elbow across, right hand into a fist, and then press down, anchoring the legs. Feel that right sit bone grounding. And try and lengthen your spine as you rotate. Keep both hips grounded as you release the upper body around to the front. Let's take eagle arms, right elbow on top of left. Put some pressure between the elbows like you're trying to pull them apart. And feel the spaciousness in your torso. Sit bones grounding, lengthening up away from that, rib cage spreading. Release the arms, interlace fingers behind your back. Open up through the chest and then fold. And this could be just dropping your head if you're able to fold over your legs. Go as deeply as you're able, maybe reaching arms up and back away from you. Release, come up. Let's lean back, unwind, and switch. Other leg on top. So left leg on top this time, knee on top of knee. Can make any adjustments, maybe adding props or straightening the bottom leg. We'll bring right elbow across, left hand into a fist, press down and open up, lengthening as you rotate. Last breath. Release back around to the front. And then left elbow on top of right, eagle arms. Feel the sit bones grounding. Lengthen up away from that, spreading the rib cage. Release, interlace behind your back, other thumb on top this time. Open the heart, fold. Let your head drop, reach your knuckles up and back away from you. Release, come up, lean back, unwind. Take a little windshield wiper side to side with the knees. As you're on one side, you might rub that hip into the floor like a bear would do against a tree. And then roll back onto your back. Bring both knees in. Take a little circle or rock with the knees here. And then we'll get set up for a few back bends, starting with bridge. Drop your feet hip width apart, parallel, right under your knees. Press your feet down to lift your hips high. Once your hips are high enough, interlace your fingers behind your back, shrug your shoulders underneath you. Stay as long or short as you like. When the pose feels complete, come down and rest. You can stay resting, enjoying the ease after the effort. And if you feel like coming up again, come up again to any back bend. So it could be bridge, what we just did, half wheel, full wheel, any arm or leg variation you know or want to try. Each time the pose feels complete, come down and rest. And just repeat that process until you don't feel like coming up again. We are winding down this practice, but there's plenty of time. If you have more back bends in you, feel free to keep going. If you're finished, you can move on to a counter stretch. I'll suggest happy baby, but it could be anything, whatever feels like a good back release for you. In happy baby, you can grab the soles of the feet, pressing the knees towards the floor, moving in any way, maybe straightening one leg at a time. And check in with your body. What else is needed? Is there any last pose or stretch that would help this practice feel complete for you? Would you like to adjust your clothing or take a little self-massage before coming into your final rest? You can take the time you need to complete your practice and then get comfortable in your final resting pose. Eventually, coming into stillness and letting go. Letting go of the control of your breath. Letting go of doing anything. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, gently waking your body up again. And let this movement increase gradually through your wrists and ankles, eventually stretching out long through your arms and legs. When you're ready, bring your knees in. Roll to one side. And then use your hands to help you up to sitting. Come to a comfortable cross-legged position, bringing hands together at the heart. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining me today. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Thanks for supporting me in all the ways that you do, sharing what I do, letting me know you enjoy these practices, really useful. And if financial contribution works for you, I've got Venmo, PayPal, Patreon, check in the mail. So thanks so much.